What's up everyone, I'm OBG for tastingskills.com. Welcome back to another video. Today I have something special. I have the William Grant box. Now, what is this? This is basically samples of the Balvinie and of course the Glenfiddich. You also get a little water dropper, a little glass, all into this beautiful secret box. So who is William Grant? William Grant was actually a bookkeeper and a manager at Morlock from 1866 to 1886. He then went on to create the Balvinie, and not long after, he created the Glenfiddich. Now, both of those distilleries are located in Dufftown in Moray. That would be in the Speyside region in Scotland. Now, those two distilleries are iconic distilleries. They make a lot of different whiskeys. So let's jump into the technicals of this sick box, and we're going to start with the Balvinie 21-year-old portwood finish. This has an ABV of 43 or a proof of 86, and this retails for $250. Then we have the Balvinie Tune 1509 batch 5. This is a limited production of only 8,850 bottles. This is a blend of 31 casks from the years 89 to 93. This has an ABV of 52.6 and it retails for $450. Then we have the Glenfiddich 18-year-old. This is an Oloroso finish. This has an ABV of 40 and retails for $100. Then we have the Glenfiddich 21-year-old Grand Reserva rum cask finish. This has an ABV of 40 and this retails for $200. Then we have the Glenfiddich 23-year-old Grand Cru. This is finished in French cuvee cask and this has an ABV of 40. This retails for $350. Then we have the Glenfiddich 26-year-old Grand Courrone. This is a cask finish that's been aged for 26 years. This ABV is 43.8 and it retails for $750. Now you can tell right away there is a lot of work in the packaging at Glenfiddich. The Balvinie is just classic, iconic, very simple, not over the top. That is mostly Glenfiddich style. And when we look at both websites, right away you can tell they are two different brands when it comes to the type of branding. Both packaging are extremely good. The Glenfiddich is a little over the top, which I really love. There's just a lot of work in that packaging. How good is this box? I mean, there's $2,100 in whiskey in this beautiful little box. So let's take a look at the tasting notes. But before that, do you want to taste like a pro? Head over to tastingskills.com, put your name and email into the magical yellow box, and I will send you my free 17-page guide to the fundamentals of tasting. But only that, if you want to get a sober hat, once you have that in your cart at tastingskills.com, please put the promo code I'mOBG and shipping will be free since it's on me. All right, now let's get into this crazy William Grant, the Balvinie, and the Glenfiddich box. And we're going to start with the Balvinie 21-year-old portwood finish. On the color, deep gold. On the nose, hints of peat into layers of oak. Fruitiness that delivers this very complex nose. On the mouthfeel, intensity of oak layers that push spicy tannins of oak, but then the sweet sherry notes come as the acidity delivers a long, complex finish. This is so lengthy and it lingers on for endless layers. There's just no end to this finish. This isn't cheap. $240 for a 21-year-old. You're starting to get into very rare air. Anything higher than that, yeah, the price is going to go up. That's normal. It's 21-year-old for $240. All right, let's move on to the Balvinie Tune 1509 batch 5. On the color, deep gold. On the nose, massive sherry nose of oxidation between Fino and Amontillado notes. This is complex and very intense. This delivers a massive explosion of aroma. On the mouthfeel, the sherry on here is intense, then it turns into insane wood layers that are spicy. And this is so solid, the finish is well balanced, and there is a lot of wood tannins at the end that just keeps on delivering just pure craziness. Oh my god. This was pure craziness. I mean, this batch 5 from 1509, a batch of only 31 casks, was insanity. The sherry notes on here were just intoxicating. Oh my god, get out of here. That was so good. Woo. Ooh, damn, that is amazing. All right, let's move on to the Glenfiddich 18-year-old. On the color, deep gold. On the nose, honey, caramel, toffee, into sherry oxidized note that delivers some oak layers, some smoke that is lightly peated. This has a beautiful nose. On the mouthfeel, this is delicate, has the fruit of the whiskey come in layers mixed in with the oak tannins. This is just so well balanced, and then the acidity delivers this long, subtle finish that is long as it works the whole mouth. The fruitiness on here was pure craziness. This 18-year-old is really giving a run for its money at $100 against every competitor out there. It is hard to find 18-year-old single malt Scotch whiskey at $100. That is just a crazy steal for me. All right, let's move on to the Glenfiddich 21-year-old Grand Reserva. On the color, deep gold. On the nose, elegant nose that delivers subtle complexity. The cask is very present, but not too intense. You get some yellow pears, oranges, and some yellow cherries. On the mouthfeel, this mouthfeel is so elegant, exactly like the nose. The delicate layers of the whiskey come out and then slowly turns into some nice oak layers that are spicy and that deliver a long finish that keeps on giving. This whiskey was so elegant. It had beautiful layers, perfect balance between the alcohol, the wood tannins, the peatiness, a little bit of smoke. Just the overall structure was really impressive. Yes, it is $250, but again, you're talking about 21-year-old here, so yeah, it's not gonna be inexpensive. All right, let's move on to the Glenfiddich 23-year-old Grand Cru. On the color, deep gold. Nose, this has some serious funk. Then you get the sherry cask notes that are subtle, but they deliver intensity in very complex ways. On the mouthfeel, this is all sherry. This fruit just works around the mouth with the peat, and then you fall into layers of oak that push some spicy notes. But nothing over the top, since this has an amazing balance between everything. Then the lengthy finish comes at you and keeps on giving. The complexity notes on here was just amazing. I mean, 23-year-old, perfect balance. The fruitiness was just everywhere in this. It was subtle. It was a real drinker. It wasn't over the top. I am really in love with this 23-year-old. All right, let's do the final one. Let's do the Glenfiddich 26-year-old Grand Couronne. On the color, deep gold. On the nose, a battle between the peat and the fruitiness of this nose, as it gives you both at the same time. The fruit comes out, but then the peat just overcomes it and delivers even more. On mouthfeel, intense layers of oak that are spicy. Then you get some oxidized note that come at you, but mostly all wood tannin, since this is very old whiskey, and they usually have a tendency to go that way. The finish is so intense, and the sweet cognac note finishes are impressive. This is insane. A real mind blower. Oh my god, the wood complexity on here was just insane. Like I previously said in other videos, once you start drinking really old whiskey, well, all those wood tannins are really well concentrated, and that just drove so many layers. And then on top of it, you have the cognac finish. And then the acidity broke through and just gave me so many layers to push and push and push. This was a real mind blower. Oh my god. $750? Ouch. Yes, but so good. All right, let's do a quick recap of all of them and see what you should buy or what you should pass or even collect. Now we're gonna start with the Balvinie 21-year-old Portwood at $250. Now this was a buy. I mean, it's $250. It is a lot of money, but 21-year-old whiskey is hard to find. And for $250, there's still some value in there, since you could get Macallan for around $250, but that would be an 18. So this is well worth the investment. Then we have the Balvinie Tune 1509 Batch 5. Now this was a buy, I know, $450, but this whiskey was so impressive. This Balvinie is just out of control. I'm absolutely in love with this one. Then we have the Glenfiddich 18-year-old that is finished in Oloroso Sherry cask. Now this is an absolute buy. I would actually stockpile some of it because 18-year-old at $100 is a real steal. This was so good for the money. this is the craziest value right now into the market. Then we have the Glenfiddich 21-year-old Grand Reserva Rum Cask Finish. For me, this was also a buy. I mean, 21-year-old, $200. Kind of a no-brainer at that point. Then we have the Glenfiddich 23-year-old Grand Cru that is finished in French cuvee. This was good. This is a pass for me. I mean, $350. Yes, the elegance on there was stunning, but $350 for 23-year-old. Might as well put all my money into the 21s previously. And then finally, the big bad boy, the 26-year-old Grand Courrone. This is a buy if you have $750. This was absolutely crazy to me. I know that I said a pass for the previous one and this is double the price, but I mean, anything that's over 25 years old, you are looking at very, very rare whiskey. All right, that's gonna do it for me. I'm OBG for tastingskills.com. Please remember to go down there, click the button and subscribe. Otherwise, my friend, please remember, stay sober. Peace.